Yes, the Pet Hotel. One of the more polarizing sets in G7 from what I've seen around. By the way, I've already unboxed this one. I'm terrible at coming up with thoughts on the spot, so this way I can take a moment to collect my actual thoughts on it. And I wanted to make a video on this set specifically since, well, this is one of the ones that's got a lot of collectors on the fence about getting. In fact, I was thinking about passing on this one too, but I'll explain why I didn't later on. These are just some of my thoughts on it, and I encourage you to form your own opinion on whether or not this set is worthwhile for your collection. And with that being said, let's get on with it. First off, this is the Target exclusive version of the set with the new llama and dolphin. And while it's known now that you get these two pets with the Target version, it wasn't communicated at first, leaving many collectors to get the one without the exclusives. I'll be upfront, I don't like that there's two variants of this specific set, as I think it's pretty pointless and, as we saw a few months back, caused a lot of confusion on where to get these two. Especially when most of the pack is re-released pets, there really isn't a point in having a version without these two. So I'm not sure why there's like one with all re-releases and then the Target exclusive, when they could just have like the Target exclusive and no one would have said anything. On repeat pets, that's the second point of a critique a lot of people have for this set. Reusing old pets for a larger value set isn't anything new and happened a lot in G1 through 2. The problem that people seem to have, from what I've glanced, is it's happening this early, while a lot of people are confused on where to get some of the newer designs. Like, maybe if it were pets that were part of larger, harder to get sets, like maybe some of the Petfluencers, since those aren't in the States as far as I can tell, or something like this bird where it's part of a larger playset or other large pack. But when 3 out of 5 of these are ones you can pretty easily find elsewhere, that's gonna be a lot of doubles. Though for me personally, this was somewhat worth it, because 4 out of 6 of these are new to my collection, and on the 2 doubles, I wanted to save them for potential customs in the future. It cost me $20 before sales tax when I got this, and in my opinion, when I compare it to the 5 packs that are also around the same price, it's fair. The 5 packs have 5 pets and about 7 accessories, and in terms of this set, I see it as swapping 4 accessories for another pet in a box you can use to store, display, or play with. So looking at this as if I was a brand new collector or gifting this to someone who doesn't already have the repeats, I think it's alright. One thing I do like about this set is the fact most of the packaging is paper and cardboard. I'll be the first to admit, toy collecting is a very wasteful hobby, especially if you're an out-of-box collector. You're gonna end up with a lot of trash in the end. For me, cardboard and paper is way easier to manage in terms of getting rid of and finding a way to reuse them than plastic. Seriously, I kept my disco pets new in box for a while just because I knew getting rid of the excess packaging would annoy me. But here, it's paper that I can compress and throw out easily. Plus, the box is meant to be used afterwards, so I can't complain too much about that. Not in post time because I did not hit record for this part of the video for some reason. But basically what this part of the video was supposed to say is the one problem with this style of packaging is you can't check the paint quality beforehand, and this is not an issue with the packaging at all. This is just a G7's quality control issue. With most sets like the 2-packs, the tubes, etc., you can check the paint quality on all of them before you buy, but with this you can only do it with 2 of them. And that's it, back to the main video. I know other people have pointed it out before, but I'm not sure why they use the chameleon and the bird as the display pets, since the main ones people are seeking out are the llama and the dolphin. Not only would it be a quick way to spot this is the version with the new exclusives, but I imagine these are the ones that people want to check for the quality on the most. For me, the exclusives are fine or aren't blemished to a point where it really bothers me, and of course my camera's not focusing so I can't show them. But for an example of why this is a problem, look at this cat. The paint on its paw is very messed up and jagged compared to the one I got earlier this year. And because the packaging is blind, there is no way to check that this is there. It doesn't bother me now since I wanted to customize this one anyways, but if this was my first and only version of this cat, or this happened on my exclusives, I would be very disappointed. Again, I like the paper packaging, but if Basic Fun wants to make more packs that use less plastic, they really gotta tighten up the quality control come Wave 3. And I really hope they do, because the Wave 3 pets, very good so far, and I don't want to fight scalpers for a good painted Big 5. By the way, really like they're adding more personality eye types. I feel like personality marks became a design limitation after a while, so bringing back the eye types could make room for more varied and less slap-on designs in the long run. And now, let's talk about the box, since this thing is meant to double as a playset. Like repeat pets, cardboard playsets were a thing in G1 through 2. I didn't have any growing up, but I'll try my best to judge this as one of them. Excuse the messy backdrop because this thing is huge and this is the only way I can fit most of it on camera, but anyways, going off my thoughts from earlier, I really like this idea. It makes it more convenient to reuse the packaging and gives an incentive to not toss it out immediately. Plus, unlike regular playsets, this one's easy to store. The main reason I don't collect playsets is because they are bulky and hog up a lot of space. So even if this isn't a full-on house, I like the convenience of being able to slide it on my shelf with no issue. Though one heads up I will give if you are using this as a storage box is the 2 windows for the rooms are open, which I guess it's fine if you're displaying them and makes it more convenient to take pets in and out of the window when it's closed up. But it does mean if you're storing it, you can't use 2 of the cubbies unless you block it off. I recommend keeping the flat package that covered up the bird and chameleon to close up the hole if you still want to make use of them as a storage compartment. That being said, there is one problem that I have with it, and that is the inner cardboard floors aren't very rigid feeling. I know this is a cheap cardboard playset and they have to leave the edges unconnected so you can easily close that up. But I wish they used a more rigid cardboard because I feel like the extra durability would keep it tougher for those who use it as a playset, especially if the person who's getting this set is really young, because let's be real, this would not have survived younger me. And it would also help discouraging throwing it out immediately since it'd be meant to stick around. Or, I don't know, it's a fancy cardboard box. And those are my thoughts on the pet hotel. Overall, I'm still mixed, since I feel it's worth it to me since I get a storage box, 4 new pets, and I can customize the repeats. But what's worth it in my collection might not be worth it for others, so if you have any thoughts of your own, let me know in the comments below. Before I go, I do actually have LPS socials now. Links in the description, but keep in mind, I'm only semi-active in the community these days, so it's still best to turn on post notifs if you want to keep up with me here. But this is Nat, and I'm out of ideas on how to close up videos, so bye!